The University of Utah, 30,000.
Sorry guys, I couldn't find parking.
Does this situation sound familiar, or does it sound familiar? Let's look at the facts. The U has over 30,000 students enrolled, with more than half of them being commuters. And even some who don't commute still keep their cars on campus. Parking has always been a problem, but this year it seems things are really getting out of hand. And the bane of most students' existence, commuter services. I mean, there's basically an entire meme page dedicated to them. They've even started ticketing bikes. What has this campus come to? In order to fully understand this parking disaster that is the U, let me set the stage for you. If you choose to drive to school, you can buy a parking permit. Permits are sorted into different lettered categories, the biggest one being U, followed by A, and then CU, among some others that are pretty insignificant, so we won't touch on those. U parking permits are $270 per semester and allow you to park in lots labeled U. A permits are for faculty and staff and require you to go through special channels, aka use your networking connections, as well as shell out $630 per semester. So for the record, if you're hired by the University of Utah, you still have to buy a parking pass, and you're not even guaranteed a spot at your workplace. Now, if you're a dedicated professor and want to buy the R pass, which gives you a spot that is reserved for you day and night, you can, for a small fee of $1,700. Crazy, right? But it gets worse. CU permits, which are also around $630, allow you to park in the parking structures by the business building. So great for business students, right? Wrong. There are currently 185 people on the waitlist for a CU spot. So let's say you're a University of Utah student and you buy the regular old U pass. You could park at the closest lot, which is about a half a mile away. Again, still not guaranteed that there's a spot. Or you could park upwards of a mile away across campus. Again, still not guaranteed a spot. If it's not already clear, here are the main issues with the pass system. First of all, parking passes are expensive. The rising cost of college is already making national news. Between tuition, cost of books, living, and now parking, students and parents have an immense financial burden placed upon them, and that just keeps growing. And second, the placement of parking lots on campus is illogical. A large concentration of students are in middle-lower campus, by the library, the student union, and Gardner Commons. And this is where we have the least amount of parking available to students. Some of the larger parking lots are located on the ends of this far-reaching campus, like Rice Eccles, which wouldn't be too bad, except, again, spots are not guaranteed. And third, the number of parking lots at the University of Utah are going down. You heard me, going down. It's going down, it's going down. In a weak attempt to make the U more of an on-campus resident school, the existing lots are being torn up to build more dorms. So instead of buying a $260 pass per semester, you can just rent a shared room for $3,750 per semester.
Hey, wait a minute.
And lastly, not only are the lots few and far between, but on game days, large sections of the closer lots are closed off to Crimson Club members, aka not students who still need to attend classes on Fridays. They even close off some resident lots so students who live in said buildings can't park there anymore. That's right, even paying $3,750 for a room still does not guarantee you parking.
Are you kidding me?
Now you might be thinking, well, if parking sucks so much, why not public transit? Public transit rocks, but only if you live in certain situations. Students with packed schedules, like work then school or school then work, with only 15 minutes in between, can't use public transit, or else they'd be late. Some students, in order to afford housing, live in areas where using public transit can take upwards of an hour just to get to campus. Salt Lake has put an admirable effort into its public transit system, but it's no dream system. Some students are on campus until very late, and frankly feel more safe driving 15 to 30 minutes home at 10 p.m. as opposed to making the hour-long commute alone at night on public transit. Plus, when the library closes at 12 a.m. and public transit has lines that close as early as 8 p.m., there simply are no other options. Now, credit where credit is due. The U introduced a student-run program called Safe Ride, which offers students on campus rides to their cars or to tracks or bus stations late at night. But since all night classes end at the same time, some students have complained that they've had to wait nearly an hour for this ride to come. Whether the administration wants to admit it or not, the University of Utah is currently a commuter school. Maybe in time, it will become an on-campus institution, but as of right now, shouldn't the school be looking to support its current students, not just its future students? It seems like the school has forgotten the foster student success part of their mission statement. Thank you so much for watching this episode of View from the U. What do you think about commuter services or parking on campus? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.